Hello, and welcome back to the Simple Life Podcast, the place where we explore easy ways to improve your life. I'm your host, Clara. We believe that small, consistent changes can lead to a more fulfilling and intentional life, and we love breaking down complex ideas into simple, manageable steps.
And I'm Bill. It's great to be here with all of you today. And Clara, when you told me about this topic, I was immediately hooked. It sounds like something out of a spy movie, but for personal development.
It does, doesn't it? Today we're talking about something called the 90-day ghost method. It's a fascinating concept, really. It's all about how to master a new skill in a focused, private way, completely under the radar. The goal is to emerge after 3 months with a tangible new ability that surprises everyone, including yourself.
The ghost method? I'm intrigued. So it's like becoming a secret agent of self-improvement. You disappear for a while, go into your secret training montage, and then you emerge with a new superpower, ready to save the world, or, just impress your friends at a dinner party.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to put it. It's all about creating a space for deep, focused work without the distraction of outside opinions or expectations. The idea is that you pick one skill, and for 90 days, you work on it quietly in private. You become a ghost in that area of your life. Then, at the end of the 3 months, you can reveal your new skill to the world. It's a powerful statement of what you can achieve when you truly focus.
Okay, I have so many questions racing through my mind, but let's start with the most obvious one. Why 90 days? What's the magic behind that specific number? It feels both very long and very short at the same time.
That's the core of the method, and there's some real science to it. 90 days, or about 3 months, is considered the sweet spot for habit formation. You might have heard the old myth that it takes 21 days to form a habit, but more recent studies show it's typically closer to 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. So 90 days gives you a solid runway to not only learn the basics of a skill, but to truly integrate the practice into your life. If you practice for an hour every day for 90 days, that's 90 hours of focused work. That's enough to take you from a complete novice to a competent amateur in almost anything.
90 hours. Wow. Okay, when you put it like that, it sounds incredibly substantial. It's easy to underestimate what an hour a day can add up to. That's more time than a typical college course demands in a semester.
It is, but at the same time, 90 days is short enough that it doesn't feel like an endless commitment. It frames the project as a focused sprint, not a lifelong, meandering journey. That finiteness is a powerful motivator. It helps you push through the difficult days because you know the end is in sight. It's a marathon, but a short one with a very clear finish line.
That makes sense. It's a project with a clear end date, which is great for momentum. But I'm still hung up on the ghost part. The prevailing wisdom these days is all about building in public or sharing your journey to get support and accountability. This method flies directly in the face of that. Why go it alone when you could have a support system?
And that's where this method gets controversial. The ghost aspect is about removing all external pressure. When you tell everyone you're learning to, say, play the piano, what happens?
Well, people get excited for you. They ask, hey, how's the piano going? Can you play me a song yet?
Right, and that can create pressure. You feel like you have to be good, and you have to be good fast. When you're a beginner, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to sound bad for a while. Learning in secret gives you the freedom to be a beginner without judgment.
The freedom to fail in private. I get that. There's nothing worse than someone asking you to show them your new skill when you've only been doing it for 2 weeks and you're still terrible.
Exactly. It lets you go through that awkward, messy beginning phase on your own terms. And let's be honest, the big reveal at the end is a huge motivator. Imagine spending 90 days secretly learning to cook amazing Italian food, and then you host a dinner party and blow everyone away.
Okay, the big reveal does sound pretty cool. I like that. So let's get practical. How does someone actually start this? What are the steps?
Step 1 is the most important. You have to choose one skill, just one, not, I'll learn Spanish and coding and watercolor painting.
So focus is key. That's hard for a lot of us. We want to do everything at once.
Totally, but for this method, you have to be disciplined. Pick one thing you've always wanted to learn. Maybe it's a language, a musical instrument, a software program, or even something physical like yoga. A key aspect here is choosing something that genuinely excites you. The motivation has to come from within, especially since you're keeping it a secret. If you pick something you feel you should learn versus something you want to learn, you're much more likely to abandon it on a tough day. Think about that one thing that sparks a little bit of joy or curiosity in you.
Okay, I pick one skill. Let's say learning how to use Photoshop. Then what?
Step 2 is setting a very specific, measurable goal for your 90 days. Learn Photoshop is too vague. A better goal would be, by the end of 90 days, I want to be able to design a professional-looking poster for a concert.
Right, so you have a clear target. You know what done looks like.
Precisely. Or for learning guitar, it could be, I will be able to play and sing 3 full songs. For a language, I will be able to have a 5-minute basic conversation. That clarity is what guides your practice.
Okay, so I've got my one skill and my specific goal. What's step 3, the actual work?
Yep, step 3 is creating your daily practice plan. Consistency is everything. You need to decide how much time you can realistically dedicate each day. Maybe it's 30 minutes in the morning or an hour after work. You schedule it like an important appointment and you don't skip it.
And this is where the resources come in, right? For my Photoshop goal, I'd probably find a good online course or a series of YouTube tutorials. Break the big goal down into smaller daily lessons.
Yes, you build a curriculum for yourself. Find the best books, apps, courses, whatever you need. For a language, it might be an app like Duolingo, plus watching a show in that language every day. The key is to have a plan for what you're doing during your practice time, so you don't just sit there wondering where to start.
It's about having a system. But I'm still stuck on the ghost part. Let's talk about the pros and cons there. You mentioned the pro is no pressure. What are the downsides to learning in secret?
That's a great question because it's not a perfect method for everyone. The biggest con is the lack of accountability. When no one knows what you're doing, it's very easy to just stop. If you have a bad day and skip your practice, no one will be there to say, "Hey, I thought you were learning that. Don't give up."
Right. Accountability is huge for me. If I don't tell someone I'm going to the gym, I probably won't go. So you have to be extremely self-motivated to make this work.
You do. Another con is that you can't get help or feedback easily. If you're learning a language, you can't just go find a practice partner. If you're learning to code and you get stuck, you might hesitate to ask for help on a forum because it breaks your ghost rule.
And that's a really good point. Some skills almost require interaction with others to improve. It seems like it could be a very lonely way to learn.
It can be. I once tried to learn how to bake sourdough bread in secret. It was fun because the failures were just for me and my trash can. But when I had questions, I felt silly trying to find answers online without just asking a friend who bakes.
Yeah, and I remember I tried to teach myself to draw. I didn't tell anyone. After a month, I got discouraged because I had no one to show my progress to. No one to say, hey, that's actually not bad. And I just quit.
So maybe there's a middle ground, a ghost-ish method. You don't have to announce it on social media, but maybe you tell one trusted friend or family member, someone who can check in and be your quiet cheerleader.
I like that. A confidant ghost. You get the accountability without the public pressure. So who do you think this method is really for? What kind of person would succeed with this?
I think it's perfect for introverts or anyone who feels a lot of anxiety about being a beginner. It's for people who are highly organized and self-disciplined. It's also great for busy people who want to carve out a small part of their day for personal growth without having to talk about it all the time.
I can see that. And it's probably not for extroverts who get energy from learning in groups or for people who need constant feedback and encouragement.
Definitely. And it's not ideal for skills that need a partner, like learning a partner dance like salsa or practicing a team sport.
Unless you and your partner become ghosts together.
Now there's an idea, a ghost duo. But one thing we haven't touched on is tracking your progress. Since no one else is seeing it, you have to be your own judge.
That's a good point. How do you stay motivated when you're the only one who sees the improvement?
Keeping a journal or a log is essential. Every day, you can write down what you practiced and what you learned. If you're learning an instrument, record yourself playing on day 1 and then again on day 30, day 60, and day 90. When you feel discouraged, you can look back at how far you've come.
Seeing that tangible progress must be a huge boost. It's proof that your hard work is paying off, even if no one else sees it yet.
It really is. You become your own source of validation. The goal isn't to impress others, even though that's a fun bonus. The real goal is to impress yourself, to prove to yourself that you can learn something new if you put your mind to it.
Okay, I'm sold on the core principles: the focus, the consistency, the clear goal. After our chat, would you ever try the full 100% ghost method? No telling anyone at all?
I think I would, for something that's just for me, like learning calligraphy or something. I like the idea of having a secret project that's my own little world for a while. What about you?
I definitely do the confidant ghost version. I'd pick a skill like learning video editing, set a 90-day goal to edit a short travel video, and I'd tell my partner just to keep me on track. The focus and structure are what really appeal to me.
So, to sum it up for our listeners, the 90-day ghost method is a framework. You pick one skill, set a specific 90-day goal, make a daily plan, and practice consistently. The ghost part, doing it in secret, is optional. Its main purpose is to remove pressure.
Exactly. You can adapt it to fit your personality. Be a total ghost, be a ghost with a confidant, or just use the 90-day structure and tell the whole world. The powerful part is the focused, consistent effort over a set period of time.
It's a really empowering concept. It puts you in complete control of your own learning journey.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope this gives you all some food for thought. Think about a skill you'd like to learn. Could you become a ghost for 90 days?
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Simple Life podcast. We love sharing these ideas with you. Join us next week for another episode.
Until then, take care and happy learning.